walking through the zoo today, little Jimmy Joe and tiny Sally Sue saw animals like lions and tigers, monkeys and bears, snakes and lizards, and peacocks and giraffes. And while little Jimmy Joe and tiny Sally Sue were seeing the lions and tigers, monkeys and bears, snakes and lizards, and the peacocks and giraffes, little Jimmy Joe and tiny Sally Sue were eating vanilla and chocolate ice cream cones. And the vanilla and chocolate ice cream cones were melting. Whew, that's a lot to say. With pronouns, we can avoid long, wordy, awkward, and redundant sentences because pronouns replace nouns and noun phrases. Pronouns keep our sentences short and sweet and to the point. This is called pronominalization. By using pronouns, we can say that they saw all those animals while eating their ice cream cones, and they were melting. All pronouns must have an antecedent. An antecedent is the noun or noun phrase that the pronoun stands for. They can come before or after the pronoun. Little Jimmy Joe said,
"The ice cream cone is melting, and it is sticky."
Its antecedent is the ice cream cone. Since pronouns can replace entire noun phrases as well as just singular nouns, we couldn't say the it is sticky because that's not encompassing the whole noun phrase. While on their walk, little Jimmy Joe saw a mama bear prowling about and said to tiny Sally Sue,
"Look at her! She's looking for food."
Tiny Sally Sue said,
"I know. I just hope that food isn't me. We'd better run."
I, me, you, he, she, her, him, he, we, us, they, and them are all personal pronouns. They are divided by singular and plural categories, first, second, and third person, and by gender.
"My shoes hurt my feet after all that running,"
said tiny Sally Sue.
"Can I wear your shoes instead?"
Possessive pronouns show ownership. Instead of saying, "the pink sandals that belong to tiny Sally Sue," she can say, "my shoes."
"Why can't you wear your own shoes?"
said little Jimmy Joe.
"How do you expect me to walk without mine?"
Interrogative pronouns like this start questions that require more than just a yes or no answer. Tiny Sally Sue pouted.
"What kind of friend are you?"
Demonstrative pronouns represent something near or far in space or time. Sometimes it's something you can point to, like when tiny Sally Sue said,
"See that tiger? It's so far away."
Or when little Jimmy Joe said,
"Look at this leaf on the ground. You can see every detail."
This and these show something close, while that and those represent something far away. Reflexive pronouns refer back to the original subject of the sentence. They end in self for singular or selves for plural. Tiny Sally Sue said,
"The elephant is spraying water all over himself."
They can be himself, herself, itself, yourself, myself, ourselves, themselves, and yourselves.
"Quick, let's go before we get ourselves wet too,"
said little Jimmy Joe. Indefinite pronouns take the place of a noun, but not a specified noun. All, several, both, few, somebody, anybody, and something are examples of indefinite pronouns. Little Jimmy Joe said to tiny Sally Sue,
"Oh no! Everyone is leaving the zoo."
Tiny Sally Sue replied,
"Both of us had better get going too. The park is about to close."